Hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time since I've been on here, sitting in my chair, just talking about hot topics, and I have missed you all. So it is time to get back on here and let it do what it do. I want to, just get on here and just do a little hot topics, just talk a little, maybe even some relationship talk, and get into some things. Let me see if my co-hosts are here tonight. Let me see. Let's see. Not yet. Okay, let me see. Anyways, I've missed you. A lot of y'all know me from TGIF. And we used to do this pretty much 5 times a week. And we have a lot of memories over the last few years. Actually 5 years I was on Faust pretty much every day. So, it's a little weird to not. Oh, y'all can y'all hear me? Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, listen. You know your girl's old. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm gonna get my people on. No, come to my page to live. IG. Okay, you gotta, don't mind us. We're all over 40, so we can, over 40. So come to my IG page. So, it's gonna be a little bit of technical difficulties in the beginning because we need a little teenager to kind of help us, that knows all this Instagram stuff. Okay. And click. Anyways, we'll be taking some, questions from y'all tonight. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Mimi and Talus to get here, I do have 2 movies that are out right now. One on Tubi. It is called Do It for the Gram. We have a big premiere on Saturday here in Dallas, Texas. So if you're in Texas, in town, please come through. You can go to snooprobinson.com and get tickets for the premiere. That is this Saturday, September 21st in Dallas, Texas. And also the other movie on BET Plus called Trope. It's a horror film. It's amazing. Big Les in it, Asia Holiday, Jazz Anderson, Karen Ward. Big Les. It's a great cast. What's up, Griff? Let me see what our friends. Okay, what's up, Lady D? Carlos. Let's get folks up in here before we start this conversation. Okay. So tonight I have Talus, who is on the show with me, that was on when I was on the radio in Dallas. He started off as my producer, and he was so good as a producer. He was funnier than the comedian that they had me on air with, that when things ended with the comedian, Talus was a natural choice to add him to come on the show, and he was amazing, and we've had such great chemistry throughout the years. And I would say if I ever go back on the radio, on the air, I definitely want to do the show with him and see what it is. So anyways, okay, of course we're going to talk about Diddy. You see the picture in the background, but I don't want to just talk about Diddy tonight. But are there any other people you want to talk about? Let me give you all about 30 seconds to type in the topics you want us to hear about. Okay, and go. Okay. I will save the live, and I will put this up on my YouTube channel later on. Okay, let's see what y'all saying. I missed the whole crew. Okay, Mara Oak says, I missed the whole crew on Foxhole and XM. I'm a truck driver, and y'all have my Fridays lit. It's funny, I just spoke to Chris Spencer the other day, and he's talking about there is some chatter about possibly us doing a reunion. So that is something that could possibly happen. We got to see if we get everybody on board. Jamie is so busy with all he has to do. Okay, Keisha Jefferson said, Genuine, what do you want to know about him? Let me know. You got to be specific. Kamala debate. Kamala wiped the floor with that ass. She did her thing, and she's a prosecutor. Prosecutors are good at setting your ass up, to setting traps and knowing what the outcome is going to be before you even like get into it. They know if I say this, you're gonna say that. So let me go ahead and prompt you. And Trump, of course, fell right into that. Wendy Williams. Don't we wish Wendy Williams was on right now? Wendy was one of the first ones to kind of expose Diddy, and because of that, she was fired. I believe, in my opinion, and she was blacklisted for a little while. It took her a while to kind of get it back. Diddy had her allegedly kicked out the air and really affected her career, but she found a way around that, and it's so funny how things kind of turned around. Tell me what you know on Diddy. It should be safe now. We're gonna get into all of that. We're gonna get into all of that. Don't you worry. Okay, Sean Combs, of course. Let's give. Okay. I miss me on the air too. Okay. Diddy is being brought up by the people in the media to cover Putin's comments about America. Okay, I don't know about that. Okay. Let's bring in. Let's see. Frankie Beverly Mays, R.I.P. Talus. You gotta turn your phone, friend.
I know I'm sideways.
Why you sideways? You feeling sideways? That's
I'm
how you feeling?
sideways. I know. What's up?
Ooh, your connection's a little pixelated.
Is it?
Very much so.
I see you really well.
Can y'all see Talus clear or not? Let me know.
I'm dark skinned now, so y'all be easy.
First of all, ain't nothing wrong being dark skinned. It's a great thing. Let me get
I
Mimi
don't
here.
know.
As we I said we need like somebody young, like a teenager, to get us right, because there she is.
Hi
Mimi
guys.
and Talus. Welcome, y'all. What's
What's
up?
up,
What's
Mimi?
going on, you guys?
Mimi, were you nervous to do this with today's news?
A little bit, yes. I was a little nervous. Let me give my disclaimer. Okay.
Oh, before you go, just so you know, the U.S. Attorney said this is still an open investigation. Be careful.
That's why I want to give my disclaimer. All
Okay.
right. So I don't know if you guys know, but one of my really, really good friends for 20 some odd years is Diddy's baby mom that's still alive. And her daughter is like my niece. So with all of this going on, I'm out of respect for them, I'm going to,
So you're not gonna go
quiet
in
on
as
my
much as
opinions
Yeah.
here.
you won't go in as deeply and as harshly as Talus and I. So in other words, you would need lube, and Talus and I will go in with no lube.
If
Ugh.
yes, if that's the analogy that we're going with, I would
That's all
need
I
some
got.
loop. I would need yes.
And you just went right there. I guess do we start with the baby oil, or do we
All
just we put the
right.
baby oil on the shelf for the
Well,
side?
now let's get right into it. Now, Diddy was arrested and taken into custody yesterday.
Yeah.
No bail was allowed, meaning he will remain in custody until the trial, which is almost unheard of. The lawyer tried to blame Cassie for that video that came out in the hotel. Remember the hotel where we all saw Cassie being dragged and kicked? The lawyer tried to say that a fight happened because she had gone through his phone and saw that he was cheating with someone else, and then she threw the phone at Diddy, and that's why he dragged her throughout the hotel lobby. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Now, Aubrey O'Day has taken to social media to kind of post, say that this is a win for women. Diddy, of course, will be trolling the fuck 50 Cent will be trolling the fuck out of Diddy. The arrest was originally scheduled for today, but they said something happened prompting the arrest to happen a little bit earlier. They did
Yeah.
say he is a flight risk, and that's why he is getting no bail. Now, the most, I don't know, interesting thing about this story, the things that they found, AR-15s and a lot of baby oil. 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube
I'm sorry, I
was
don't.
what was found.
I'm gonna have to see pictures and videos of that. That sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Oh,
It
I'm
just
sure you
sounds
will.
ridiculous.
We are definitely getting videos, Mimi. You're gonna get
I
your
would
wish. You know what I'm saying?
love. I want to see it because it just sounds so far out there. 1,000 bottles, not
I
918. A
I want to see
thousand bottles,
Homeland
even.
Security packing up the evidence van with all the bottles. That to me, that video, please,
You saw
please,
it?
that will be one of the top videos of the month.
I would
I
like
need
to
to
see
see
So
that
that.
because that
Mimi,
hit
your
you.
perspective is you want to see the bottles of lube. Like that's of all the evidence, that is the one that doesn't sit right.
Well, check this out. They showed the guns, they showed the ammo, they showed all this other stuff. Why not show a picture of the 1,000 bottles? It just sounds ridiculous to me. I'm sorry.
I
What
think it's an advertising thing. They don't want the because whoever it is, whatever brand it is, going viral tomorrow.
what other
You know what I'm
brands?
saying?
How many
Listen,
brands are there of lube? There's not that many lubes, right?
there's 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 a lot of lube brands, but
There's a
baby
lot of
oil,
little
a
brands
lot
out
of
shit.
different lube
uh,
options. Yeah.
well, name, go ahead
Everybody
and
ain't
name
got
some.
that
Name.
wet, Claudia.
Oh,
Okay, everybody
sorry,
ain't
I
got
don't
the wet,
know.
wet.
I don't know.
I can't.
Those that know. Anyways, so maybe your issue is the of all the things is you think that's what seems a little so does that make you like not believe some of the story? Like does that make you think like they putting 10 on 20 or in this case 1,000 on 100?
I believe that the media adds fuel to the fire. I honestly believe that they will take a story and it'll be real, and they will just dump gasoline on that
Well,
bitch
Well,
to
baby
make it
oil.
even more outrageous. A
okay.
1,000 bottles? Come on, man. That just
Is
it
baby
sounds
oil flammable?
ridiculous.
Is baby oil flammable?
Yes,
Real
baby.
question. Real question. Anybody in the chat, let me
It's
know.
oil. Yes.
Okay, now
Okay,
of
just
course,
checking.
Mimi, because you are here, people are of course asking, "What about Stevie? What about Stevie?" Now, did today Stevie J, your baby daddy, he did post a video, took to social media and posted a video of like just driving down the highway, smooth sailing, playing Sade, kind of giving a vibe of not a care in the world. What say you?
And so
Baby oil music.
the way my algorithm is set up, I don't see anything that Stevie J does. So I don't know what he did today. This is the first time I'm hearing about him driving down the highway playing shot. I don't know what that man does.
Claudia.
So
Sade is baby oil music. Let me tell you something.
it is baby oil.
Oh, it is.
He was driving down what coast? Was it like beach on the side? Like what
It
kind of
wasn't
Yeah, where was he
coastal.
at?
It
it
looked like
wasn't coast?
middle America. I will say this: the shocking thing to me, Mimi, because I know you and him for a very long time, I was shocked that he had a car.
Mm.
Mimi, you ain't about to eat every time you don't want to answer something or comment. Did he take your car, Mimi?
My car in the garage, babe. My car's in the garage.
Faith,
Um,
Faith Evans, people, is there a car missing from your garage or your driveway? Is one of the fleet? Are you one shy in your fleet, Faith Evans? Because someone's car had to be used, right?
You ain't right.
maybe it was a rental, or maybe it's the chick he with now. Who knows whose car it is?
Come on.
How many
You
bottles of
hate
KY and baby oil do you think that he had in his trunk as he got away?
got away.
What?
That nigga made off with the baby oil in the car. Oh my god. Oh, somebody gotta do a cartoon of this shit. For real.
I
Yes.
Oh.
Talus, you have your finger on the pulse. You know, you've been in the media for a long time. You was my producer on the radio here. We had lots of very inappropriate conversations. What do you think about this whole situation?
I think the other shoe hasn't even fallen yet, yeah. Like this is about to get I feel
So
like that's why
ugly.
they locked his ass up because they don't want him tampering with it, whatever is out there. Because I think there's more. I think this is gonna be a long 2025 coming up. Like,
But you
hmm,
got to say this. You got to know this. The
yeah.
federales, Mimi, how we used to affectionately call them back in the 90s, they have a 97% conviction rate.
Mm.
They don't make moves until they know they have a Trump type, no pun intended, case. They don't usually like put that out there until they don't let you, they let you play in their face for a long time.
Yes,
And then they
they
go,
said
they
this is
wait.
true. This is true. This
Yeah.
is true.
They just
So
beat Google.
What?
They just beat Google in court with all the money in the world.
Wow.
So
The feds.
when the feds. So
Wow.
I'm just saying, anybody's keeping up with that. I know that's like way back in page 15, but Google just lost a landmark decision against the government. When the government is on that ass,
They
man,
don't lose. So he
it's
called Kalina, apparently, Diddy called Kalina 54 times, and the Southern District of New York has those taped calls. Mimi, you know that I have a Diddy story from back in the day when he was like blowing me up about a picture that was posted on social media to a blog, and he was
mhm.
mad at me. It's my only time talking to him on the phone. He blew me up like 57 times in one day, and it was like it went from highs to lows. It's the only time I ever talked to him on the phone. He was cussing me out because a picture we took at the BET Awards ended up on a blog that someone took up my MySpace page. So I know he does get like manic like that, where he just goes. What can you say? I know you've been around him. I might ask you to, trash him. But what can you
Um,
say about his personality, about, how he's going to be on it? Like, he ain't
he
letting that ass go.
has, when it comes to something that he wants to get across, he won't stop. And I
Yes.
think that's where can't stop, won't stop came from. He will not stop. If he's trying to get in touch with you, he will. He will do that. He's going to get in fucking touch with you. So he's a relentless human being. I will say that. So
Hmm.
That's what we do.
yes, the multiple calls, I understand.
Do you feel bad for
So
Diddy, Mimi? Mimi, do you feel bad for Diddy?
I love the silence. I love it. Keep eating, Mimi. Keep eating.
Bad?
Real quick
Say
though, before
this.
she answers that, don't answer that. Don't answer that. Mimi, real quick. Would you do chewing ASMR?
What's it?
Like, would you like if somebody gave you a bag and just hear you chew? Because you chewing like,
Absolutely. I
I
would chew the fuck out of some
we
food.
are gonna find you a chewing bag. Like, we're gonna find this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I love this. I li- I don't. Am I crazy? People that's chewing is like something about
You
Sometimes
like
I get
that?
grossed out, but then sometimes people do it right.
I don't mind chewing. It's the slurping
The
and the
smacking.
sucking and the
Yeah.
smacking and the moaning. Like, why
Mm,
are you moaning while you eat? Like
So
I
that's
don't
you
know.
would
to me,
not have been good at a Diddy freak off party.
I, I would no, I wouldn't have.
We have a
Hold up.
comment from Jerome Trammell, who was a producer on Fox Soul. So let me go and read it. He said, "Blowing up Kid Cudi's car for talking to Cassie. No wonder why so many people have kept silent."
That's crazy. That's
What are
crazy.
y'all thoughts? Do you think a lot of people were just so scared all these years, and that's why no one said anything? And then once Cassie kicked that door open, it kind of gave
That
people
opened up
confidence?
floodgates.
Yeah.
Definitely
I used to
opened the floodgates.
I used to hear stories, at least on my end, and like on the radio side, I would just hear, artists come up, they just kind of talking. And there was definitely a disconnect between people, how they view Diddy, especially at his height,
Mm-hmm.
and then people that actually knew Diddy as far as like, look, it's well documented. Dude has anger issues. He's prone. He's been. Look, I ain't snitching. He prone to violence. Look at Steve Stout. You know, man got a lot of money out of Diddy because of that.
Wait,
That
the Steve
incident. Like,
Stout thing allegedly was Diddy allegedly holding him by his feet on the side of outside of a building, right? Isn't that true?
no, it was a bottle involved. Well, the word was he beat him. Went into the offices and beat him with a bottle.
Got it.
Allegedly.
This is all alleged. Allegedly, wasn't it stories? Meaning we heard about him doing that with a woman
Oh, now I ain't heard that one. Now that's new. So
allegedly.
yeah, we might have to throw that on there.
We have to say
Uh,
allegedly.
Tasha,
Okay, now back to this case.
Tasha
Now,
Jordan.
first of all, do not compare me to that scallywag. Um, okay. I like that I have this I could just say whatever I want now.
There you go.
Okay, so Diddy's lawyers proposed a $50 million bail package so he can stay out of jail until, leading up to the trial. He was like, I don't want to go into jail until, I don't want to wait in jail until the trial. The $50 million bail package included $50 million bond, co-signed by him, his mother, his sister, mother of his oldest daughter, which I'm like Sarah, the three adult sons. His home on Star Island, which is worth 48 million. He paid off the remaining 16 million, so we can have that for a bond. His mother's home in Miami. They also restricted travel to only, this is what he proposed, Florida and New York. So we can go back and forth to court and go to doctor's appointments because I'm sure he got to get some things checked. And he already surrendered his passport April 1st of 2024. Also, his kids' passports have been surrendered. This is and will be surrendered. Janice Combs, his mother, his daughter Chance, Jesse, Delilah Combs, and the baby, Love. Baby ain't really got to see the world yet, and the passport has already been surrendered. Diddy, you don't
That's
take everybody out with this.
the baby got it too. Look at that baby.
This is very unfortunate. I'm for his kids.
Oh yeah,
Um, this is very unfortunate because this Puff was like black excellence. And for it to turn out the way it did, for his life to have gone from where it was to now is insane. However, let me say this, the way America prosecutes black men versus non-black men is incredible to me, because you could have a non-black man do the same thing and worse, and they're walking around scot fucking free. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
true,
You can-
but that still don't make me want him to be off because his victims are all black people.
Well, I think they locked up Jeffrey Epstein. I think if I gotta go look
Yeah,
that up. Somebody brought that up.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. They locked
like
Jeffrey
I
up.
don't think that like, during the trial, I think they kept him in jail as well. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
one
So
out of how many?
yeah.
One out of how
He
many?
had a lot of baby oil situations too. I'm just comparing the two baby oil. You know, it's like a baby
He had a
oil.
lot of babies. He had a lot of.
listen, you have, of course, you have an argument in that, and you're right. It's true.
Yeah,
They definitely go after. They're definitely more corrupt and difficult and on point on black men. You know, when they commit a crime, and
that's
and
true.
black and black
Absolutely.
1,000%. I mean, when black men rape, I mean, when white men rape with evidence, it's like slap on the hand, a few months probation, even sometimes they, oh, we don't want to ruin their life. And with a black man, a lot of times just a mere uh, story, an allegation on you will ruin your life. That is true. But
Yeah,
with this case, with cases that there's extreme history of decades and decades and decades and decades of stories, allegations, evidence, I don't feel bad for black men that commit crimes against black people. I do not. Black women, especially the most disrespected person in the universe. You know what I mean? Like, and when it comes to that, I'm like, nope, sorry, don't care,
I
because
don't
we
feel
all
bad
know
for
Diddy stories.
any man that commits a crime against anybody, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. If you committed a crime, then justice should be done, period. That's just
Right.
the bottom line.
let me introduce this to y'all. See what y'all think about it, because it's interesting y'all are saying this, and then I'm thinking also like, would they have done this if the video didn't come out? Because I'm thinking back to Ray Rice
Right.
situation. I don't know if y'all remember Ray
Yeah,
Rice,
the
former
football
running
player.
back for the Ravens. I don't know if you remember how things progressed through that story. At first, he wasn't suspended because the video hadn't gone out
Right.
yet. They heard, the NFL heard about it, the media, they talked about it, but it wasn't like this firestorm until that video hit, and then it was different. Now the whole world was coming down on him, which is, look, hey, it is what it is, right? But it seems like video now. Like look with the video cameras now, with the police are wearing now. Now we're seeing like in real time, like, and being able to react in a way that we didn't used to
Yeah.
back in the day, because we would just hear about it and we were like, yeah, that's terrible. But seeing it, like seeing what he did to Cassie, I don't see that. Yeah, I'm not surprised they did what they did. Like that.
There,
That was,
there was that the evidence was right there. There was really no getting out of that.
yeah,
The whole world saw it with their own eyes. There
yeah,
was no wiggle room for him to get out of that. So
Mhm. Do you think they would have let him gave him bond if that video doesn't come? Do you think it kind of changes his whole kind of? I don't say change the case, but the temperature on it. Like I feel like,
yes,
yeah.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Listen, when it comes to black female women victims, if there's not a video, it's like, well, you're the whore. What were you doing there? You're a liar. You're a gold digger. The only reason that Cassie's and the young girls in the R. Kelly case got any kind of justice is because there was a video. Because when it's
Hmm.
not a video, we don't get believed. It's an attack on the victim always. And when it's a black woman against a black man, the woman's gonna get trashed. She's a slut. She's a whore. What were you doing there? Where were your parents? And we make
Hmm.
every excuse for the man, especially if he's one of our favorites. Let him make a good music, have a lot of touchdowns, score a lot of points on the court. Well, no, we know those are our heroes. They're taking out black men. Now there is a definite wave in America that definitely targets black men, and I want to be very clear about that. I 1000% acknowledge that, but I'm so sick of ignoring the victims because of our fandom and fanhood of these people. I'm sorry, I don't really feel bad for these people that have risen to these heights. Diddy, you got it out of the mud. Okay, you got it out of the mud. You became so
Yeah,
successful. You were the epitome of success and
yes,
wealth and excess. Even though we all know you did a lot of your proteges real bad, took all their money. No one else is doing as well as you. Like you really took advantage of a lot of your artists, but you for yourself did a lot for you. You became very successful by ill-begotten ways, I might add, in my opinion. But you
Hmm.
did. And to see it all go away because you can't control your dick and your ass and your mouth. Okay? Your dick, your ass, and your mouth. And that's why we are here on this Tuesday Eve talking about 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil because you couldn't control your impulses. You couldn't control it. Why couldn't, if it was like 12 bottles, we'd be like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's for the
I
whole
need to
year.
see the video. Like I said, I
Yeah.
want to see the 1,000
The
bottles, please.
the acronym is DAM. If you didn't know, dick,
What,
ass, and damn.
mouth,
Do it
no, and
again.
butt.
Oh, then you put butt in there. Okay,
Damn.
dick, ass, mouth. Damn. Okay, I
But
guess
look how
that's.
they're still trying to blame Cassie. Oh, well, Cassie was cheating, and that, Jerome, thank you for that. Cassie was cheating, and that's why she threw the phone at him, and that's why he beat her up. They're trying to make excuses. So, Diddy's lawyer, you're doing your job. You're trying to get your client off and give him favor. But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the victim blaming. I really, really am. Yes, Cassie did accept the settlement from him because if you think about it, a lot of stuff that I think things were out of the statute of limitations. Is that right, Talus? You know that? Do you know about that?
I don't think there's a statute of limitation. Well, look, the statute of limitations in the drug space. There's no statutes when it comes to murder. I don't know about this area
Hmm.
here. Somebody in the chat, go look that up real quick.
Shout out to Farrah
But
Franklin in the chat. Beautiful Farrah
Hey,
Franklin.
Farrah. Hey,
I
let
love
me
girl.
her.
ask y'all this: what do you think Mace saw back in 1999? What did Mace? I will never forget. I moved to Atlanta to do
Me.
radio in '90. I moved to Atlanta in '98. I'm working for at the time it was Hot 97.5. I'm doing a remote on Clark Atlanta campus. I'll never forget this because it's like it sticks in my mind. Like it was just seared. Because remember where I think we all remember where Mace was 97, 98. Like it was like literally they were on top of the world. Then 99, I'm doing a remote. First of all, it's empty. I mean, I'm a shit jock. Ain't nobody showing up for me, right? It's just an empty ass remote. I'm just doing callbacks to the station. And I see Mace dribbling a basketball on the yard, literally by himself. 1999, post all him leaving Puff. And I just remember me and some of the staff members, we just looking at, we was like, our mouths was just open, like, that's Mace? Like, that's Mason Betha? Like, what did he see that made him just say, nah, I mean, leave New York, came all the way to Atlanta, took, started his ministry. I mean, what did Mace see?
Became a
That's what I want to know.
pastor.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Unless you were there, you don't know.
I would take a guess, a gander, a stab at the dark even, and
Hey,
say
she
I
fell
think
for it, baby. And even she fell for it. Go ahead. Tell us, Mom. Tell us, Claudia. Walk right into that for
I'm
me.
walking into it. Listen, my people won't wait for me to get back on TV, so I'm talking. I was talking about this shit. Okay, I've been quiet.
Mimi didn't fall for that shit.
Go ahead, CJ.
The way Mace was at the top of his game and like he was killing it and then exited stage left, I think
Mm-hmm.
Mace was shook to his core by what he saw that did not sit right with his spirit. And I think he suffered. I think he saw fucked up stuff. My opinion, Mace, and I'm not going in on you at all, Mace. I think you are a victim of whatever stuff that he was
Mm-hmm.
doing as far as like financial abuse with your contracts, bad business practices. Maybe you've seen some stuff like the violent. I don't know what you've seen. I don't want to put that out there, what you've seen. I'm assuming you did because for someone to just like leave at the height back then, but I love how Karma spins the block, and now Mace is at the top of his game with a very, very popping podcast, and does get to get the last laugh. Like
Absolutely.
Mace is killing it now, and
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of Mace. I think I met him once, very
Yes.
humble, very kind, and I don't know him to like ask him what happened. It's none of my. I can't ask him like that unless But I just feel like he's seen some things that, and good for him for getting out when he like alive.
Mm.
In the chat, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? And what do y'all think about
Oh,
J Lo?
oh,
Because
oh,
people believe
they've been talking. They've been
Oh,
getting
they've
it
been
in.
talking,
Ooh,
talking.
they've been going in. Look, Claudia, 1000%. They are in this chat room getting it in. Yes.
probably went through it. J Lo was quiet. Do you think J Lo has a responsibility to speak on this, or do you think, hey, she could have possibly dated him and didn't really see much? Mimi, back in like my first met you when we was in Cancun.
hmm
We were
hmm
working with Stevie on the street team. That's when I first met him, and me and you first hung up for the first time. And I told you what I told you. My opinion was of this relationship, what
Oh,
I thought, and
we gonna get there one day. I can't wait to this story. We're gonna get to this inception story. You guys is
I told Mimi
Genesis.
back then, I know you're not a track star, but I need you to run.
Yeah.
Soon as you see that run in track on a relay, when you're running,
Yeah.
the person behind you got the
Yeah.
stick, and they
And you
say
like,
go, and they go stick, and they put it in your hand. Mimi, before
yeah.
you got that long ass stick in your hand, you should have ran.
My daddy told me the same thing too. My daddy told me. I was so excited. Oh my God, Daddy, I met this guy.
You told your dad
He's,
about him? What'd your dad say?
yeah, he told me put my Nikes on.
You didn't listen to
He
your
said,
daddy or your
put
friend.
my Nikes on. He said, put your Nikes on and
It's
go.
tough. It's tough to tell a young lady that, yo. And when all that, look, come on. You know what time it was around that time. It was lights, camera, action time.
Um,
Them niggas was on top of the world, like world.
and
Yeah, but when Mimi got him, he was
Stevie was on a run.
yeah, when I
Like
met Stevie, he was on top of a speaker
what?
ripping his tank top off playing the fucking guitar when I met him.
Uh,
Okay. That's how
I
I
mean,
met Stevie.
people forget. Like I know this new generation, y'all looking at like,
Yeah.
yo, damn, Stevie.
I
No, Stevie J in the '90s was the hit maker of all hit makers. Like
he was popping when she first met him.
he was.
But
absolutely.
then
Well,
yeah,
what goes up.
must must come down.
Here we are.
But to
Mimi is
Mimi's
stronger
defense,
for
she
it.
did beat him, and that is sexy. That is attractive. That is fun. When someone's like tank top rock star vibes, he was giving rock star vibes with the shirt
Yeah.
on,
He
right? And
was.
had
That's why I don't
Right.
knock any like young when women are like young and have been in those situations. It's hard for me to really like people what they're saying about Cassie is like it's hard. Y'all. She's early 20s. Like the world is an oyster. She's with the biggest in the business, world icon. I mean, the dude had already had two lifetimes in the business already by the time he met her. He was already in icon
yeah,
status. So she was probably just super starry eyed. I mean, my heart goes out. I mean, I know everybody want to like, but come on, man.
well,
Y'all ever been 21 before
that's true.
19?
Ooh, I wish I
Like,
can go back and erase some people off my past that I thought was popping back then.
But I'm
Shit.
saying but you gotta think she was that age dating Puff. Like
True.
yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot. Like it's a big fucking deal. That was a big deal for her. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a big deal for any 20 something year old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
broke
So
broke Ryan Leslie
especially
heart.
who wasn't in the business. She wasn't like another entertainer. You know what I mean? She was just a regular girl. She
Yeah.
had a song out, but she wasn't like a super, super duper star. So that was a big deal for
Do you
her.
Yeah.
So,
guys, should we take any questions from the chat?
Yes.
yes.
Slap that bitch 32 says, I don't know if I could ask that. They said, I wonder if Stevie is a. I'm not asking that question.
I don't know anything about his extracurricular
I'm
activities,
not
so
going to do that to
I
you.
have no idea. I don't know, don't want to know, don't care. Not
Yeah.
so it's not my monkey. Next question. Next question. Mm-mm.
Wait.
Next question. What you got, Claudia?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to like read the ones that ain't shady, and it's so hard.
Yo, everybody's shady today. I love this shit.
Everybody's shady. Damn
Oh.
near.
If y'all see anything, just jump in and ask. Say one of the questions. I'm trying to find the ones that ain't fucked up.
Oh, let's talk about the. Okay, I see what somebody was saying. Let's 'cause I think this all is attached to what people are maybe paying attention or maybe not. The music industry, and I do got to give a shout out to Kendrick Lamar, because if anybody's a Kendrick fan, you'll know the song he released last week called "Watch the Party Die," right? Which is kind of what we're seeing in overall, right? It's like the music industry as we knew it, as it has been, is really coming to an end. It's changing into something. It's going into its next,
Yes.
evolution, and we're seeing the shedding of a lot of bad tactics, bad behavior, bad everything.
Yes.
You're seeing smarter artists now. You're seeing the technology catch up. Really, all these labels are turning into tech companies
Yes.
now. They're getting, as you can see, that I got a lot of friends, and I don't know if they're watching. I feel bad, but a lot of my friends are being fired
Right.
out of the music business over the last few months. And we're really watching from the legal standpoint, from the plus side, from the bad behavior, all the way to the business side. Like, we're really watching like the party die. You know what I'm saying? And um, like, look at Kevin Liles today. I mean, they stepped all on his story today.
He stepped
But
down.
he stepped down as
Oh wow.
CEO of 300 Entertainment. Look, 300 was given $400 million a few years ago by Atlantic. Young Thug goes through his RICO. That was kind of like their standard bearer. 300 hadn't been the same ever since. Looks like Atlantic won't be able to recoup that 400,
Mm.
maybe. You know.
Dame, Dame,
So
Dame Dash, one of the biggest moguls. Well, at one.
you want, go ahead, just do what you want to do right there.
Well,
Anybody know Claudia? Let her go. Let her go.
I'm saying Dame Dash, who is his own worst enemy when it comes to his business practice. I think at one point he was positioned to do great things, but his attitude and his ego got his life fucked up. Like, there's a big case that my lawyer won against him, representing a movie that we all did, where he would defame the lawyer. Like, the lawyer's defending the client, you defame the client and the lawyer. Now you get another case, and now because of that, you're losing your stake in Rockefeller. Ain't gonna be auctioned off, and it keeps getting pushed back because um, people keep coming forward with more debt that he owes, and it's sad to see. That's another one, another black man that rose through the ranks, got it from the mud, out of Harlem, was a good business mind back in the day, but his mouth and antics and ego wouldn't let sleeping dogs lie. I don't know. It just, what do y'all think about the fall of Dame Dash?
Go ahead, Mamie. I'll let you have this one.
My cat is talking shit. She's like, no.
Cat wants to respond.
So,
I
I,
I
I,
absolutely think you're correct.
mhm.
Um, Dame has always been a very arrogant man.
Ass,
I mean, even back
an
then,
asshole. I'll say it. I'll
he
fill the
has
blanks.
been a very, very arrogant motherfucker for a very long time.
Somebody put
And
teeth in here.
Because his teeth fell
yeah,
out.
yeah, T fella. But at some point, you have to understand, like, your arrogance can
Man.
get you fucked up, and I mean, job wise and everything else. So
Can
you got to
I
know
play?
when to shut the fuck up sometimes. You
Can
gotta
I
be
play
just
devil's advocate?
Please.
yes.
Because I do feel y'all, but I feel like I
Go
need to bring
Somebody
a
said
black.
blue.
We need
Someone said.
this.
I need to
That's
bring
why
a
you're
black
here.
man perspective on
Somebody
to
said
this.
Bluetooth records.
You know what? You know, I'll go get some more tangerines. I'll be right back. But please, what were you gonna say?
Okay,
In
so
lieu of dang.
all right. Yo, you just threw me. Thanks a lot. Who was that in the chat that said that? Thanks a lot. So Claudia, hear me out on this.
What?
Elon Musk is an asshole.
Very much.
He's a well-documented one. Look what he's done to the Twitter platform, turned it into the white nationalist coalition now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I see nigger on there more than I hear on fucking music I listen to that I like. You know what I'm saying? I think Dame, it's so bad. It's tough because like the position that we're in, you know, we have to play a different game than everybody. So the way you move has to be like there like the way Jay is moved, right? And moving
Mm-hmm.
sense. That's what is expected of us. But I hate that we don't have a spectrum like on our white counterpart side, businessmen, where there can be all kinds of different versions because there's different ways to skin a cat, right? Yeah, Dame is bombastic. Look,
Did
I
you
had to deal with him way
just
back.
compare Dame to Elon Musk? Did you just compare Damon Dash to Elon
Actually,
Musk?
actually, yes. Dame is the Elon of our culture. He's one of the Elons.
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes. What Dame
no.
did culturally at Rockefeller, what they did for the game. I mean, look what they did to clothing. I mean, and the liquor and all that
Elon
stuff. I mean, they really
has built
say
a
it. Say it.
car, a vehicle.
Elon bought a company that was
He
guess what
has
was already
rockets going into fucking space.
okay.
Please do not
I
compare Dame to Elon.
why not?
You can't.
We
You
can. We
can't.
can. Elon is in the science world. I'm saying Dame is in a whole nother industry. Did I say Dame is making computers? No. But as far as in the
Don't
music
say our
business is
culture.
concerned,
Say the music business. He's the Elon Musk of the music business. Say that, not our
I can say
culture.
culture.
See, I get what both of y'all are
No,
saying. It's like,
Mimi, come
okay,
on. Come
no.
on, Mimi.
You're you know what? You're downplaying us to little pieces of shit by saying that.
Not at all.
That Dame Dash is
I'm
the
the
Elon Musk of our culture.
I think you're missing what I'm saying. You see, Mimi, there you
Let
go.
me eat some.
Don't do
Let
that.
me eat
You
another
being
tangerine and shut the
you
fuck
being
up.
Laura Ingram. You're sticking on
but
something. That was not the point I was
Elon
making.
hasn't fallen off though. I will say that.
Well,
He's white.
he's got a lot of people. Look, they gave a lot of people gave him money to buy Twitter. When
Yeah.
you got a lot of rich friends,
Diddy put money
you know they
into
get
that as well. Diddy put money into
yeah
that.
they propped him up. So all I'm saying with Dame, what I'm saying, Mimi, because maybe you missed it when you went and got them tangerines.
Maybe
You know
I
what I
did.
mean?
Say
All I was saying was, as far as in business, right?
okay.
Just business.
Okay.
We're only allowed to look a certain way. There's only like maybe one or two models of what a businessman in our color looks like. When on the white side, you can have an Elon. You can have a Warren Buffett who's quiet as fuck. You don't even see him ever. You know what I'm saying? You can. I'm not saying that he is equivalent to them as far as what they've done specifically, but I'm talking about the different styles of how, like anybody in business knows, there's so many different personalities. Every company's ran, it takes on the personality of the CEO or the founder, right?
Okay.
I just think that Dame, look, he's been a he's it's been his fault in a lot of times as far as how, but I saw what he did at Rockefeller and what Jay didn't want him to do. Like there will be no Kanye West without a Dame because Jay wasn't trying to elevate Kanye like that. Jay was like, no, it's Jay time. Dame brings Cameron and Joel Santana over there. That extended Rockefeller's run. Jay hated that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just talking about. I just want to make sure I balance it off with making sure people know like,
Okay.
hey, this dude.
So this was
Yeah,
information I didn't know. So thank you.
yeah.
Wait. So
All right.
Talus, are you team J or you team Dame?
I'm
Go.
I'm not team any of them because I got shit. You know, like I said, I got respect for a lot of things they did, but I try to be. I like the vantage point of standing back and just watching them and being able to not be a stand. I feel like we got too many stands. Like everybody's like team this, team that. Like nah, I just want to be able to look at put everything on the table and give an honest opinion on everybody's moves. You know what I'm saying? Look, Jay, like I just told you, I love Jay. It's Jay's music, but what he did at Rock, as far as like in competition with his own artists, I didn't like as much because it's like, bro, do you not see what Dame is trying to do? He's trying to extend you guys' business model, where it's not just you. You got a Kanye, you got like generational talent right there, Kanye West, who I think we can admit really did help Jay at the end of his career. Like,
Do you
I don't, I,
are you saying that
hmm?
Jay didn't like put like a lot of other people on? Are you saying like that? Do you think he held people back?
I think that because Jay is so competitive in that aspect, right? That maybe sometimes, and I think people that are talented and creatives, they can get like misconstrued. Like sometimes the business does, like the business goes away a little bit with the competitiveness. I think him being Jay Z, he wants to be that figurehead, and he wants to make sure he stays that, even if he does see someone like a Cameron or a Kanye that is literally coming, like Kanye was going to be Kanye anyway, but I think Dame made it to where he kind of balanced things out. And Rock said, "Hey Jay, please let this man rock because this is the next level talent." You know,
But can we
blah blah
agree
blah.
with what do you think that Dame is the number one cause of his failure is his personality? Maybe the same things that got him on, the same things that took him
Same
off.
things that got exact. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying that's the right way to go about it, right?
Hmm.
Because it can help you. It probably helped him. You know what the music industry looked like. That shit like really helped him in them rooms back in the early '90s, right, or the mid '90s. But that doesn't translate. That didn't translate later on when J and M was in the next realm where they're doing all these big deals now. Now they're dealing with corporate America, not
Right,
music business.
right,
Corporate
right.
America. We're talking about corporate America, Fortune 500 companies. Now Dame is in them rooms like, and them white folks like, oh, holy shit, you know. They probably was not, in, and they preferred a Jay who was more calculated, laid back. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
so I can see both sides. That's why I don't want to. Look, I don't want to compare Dame's accomplishments to Elon's, but I was just talking about temperament. It worked for a time. He was a dinosaur after a while. Like the way he operated, to me, in my
You got
opinion, it wasn't.
to know how to pivot. You
Yes,
Dame
got to
can't
know
yes,
how to
pivot.
pivot.
Dame is still stuck in 1989 when he was at his peak, or 2009, 95, 92, whatever. He could never evolve from that. And that's kind of like with old athletes. You know, you ever be around an athlete that was popping in 97 or someone that went to prison in 97, when they get out, they are still in the same era. They still want to wear the boot cut, big baggy jeans,
yeah,
the cross colors, the food, all that kind of shit. And they are stuck. They cannot get out of the way. That is Dame Dash. Dame Dash is the cross colors of personality. He cannot get out of his. He's stuck when the time he
oh,
was popping. And
oh,
it's true.
poor
The
Dame.
way he dresses, the way he moves, the way he behaves, he's still stuck there. And I had conversation with him when we worked on the movie The List. Check that movie out, or Dear
Yeah,
Frank, as it's called.
yeah,
And I felt bad for him when we had one-on-one conversations. But then when other men or people would show up, he would try to like son and little boy people in front of it.
yeah,
Like Brian White was there, Columbus Short. He would, the way he was trying to be disrespectful to other men to impress the girls or other dudes.
yeah,
I'm like, why are you doing that? Like this kind of shit is what people don't like. And
yeah,
this is the kind of shit that make people not. And it'd be little stuff like that. Like you can have all the good intentions in the world, but you still gotta balance your personality. You can't just be like brilliant, but then a shithead. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I said that with Elon Musk too. I'm definitely not feeling Elon Musk in the way he's been behaving. I can't
yeah.
stand Elon Musk. So
Yeah, it's just yeah. The point I was only making was just I just wish people gave allowed like not even just black men, black women, just even just let's just say people of color like stop putting us in a box like we can only get into the rooms if we look obviously with Dame I'm not condoning bad behavior, but I want somebody that's like maybe a little off color like an Elon that's like on our space and not be like looked at in a certain way or shunned. uh we got to sit there and just be quiet and shit and
Well,
just
I'll
be
say
happy.
this. I'll tell you this, not to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
If that man gets in office, it is going to send black men who are wildly wanting to vote for him, which I find
Yeah, let's get into this. Let's pivot the
Yeah,
interesting.
conversation.
let's go.
It
Let's
is
go.
going to set us as a people
Yeah.
back so far. I just, it's so in our face, and we're just acting like the shit's not happening. It's fucking happening, y'all. It's
So
happening right before our eyes, and we're just acting like, "Doo, what the fuck?"
why do
You
I need
know,
y'all to.
y'all think black men in this election are gravitate? I'm just want to ask y'all first before I put my thought. Why do you think black men are gravitating towards Trump and his,
go ahead,
camp?
Mimi.
Because I'll give you just one good answer.
Yeah.
Black men don't want to see a woman in
That's
office, and
true.
especially a black fucking woman. They don't want to see it. Minorities, Hispanics, they don't want to see a black woman in a woman. A
Mm,
woman. They don't want to see a woman in office. So they don't give a fuck about if Trump was a murderer, raping, thieving. They don't care. They vote for him because he's a fucking man. It's
mm,
as simple as that. They're not even looking into the policies or none of that. They're not even going deep. It's the fact that she is a woman, and then for a lot of them, the fact that she is a woman of color. That's it.
mm.
That's it.
I also I want to say black men, unfortunately, I love y'all, but some, and it's listen, and it ain't all men, cause all black men, because I do believe it's around 20%, but for me, 1 in 5 is a lot. For
Yeah.
the 80% that's still holding us down, we love you, we respect you, we appreciate you. But the 20%, in our community, in the black community, there's always been a certain segment of our population, our community, that has always yielded, and then Jerome, I'm gonna use your word, yielded, to white power, to white
Mm,
acceptance, to wanting to be accepted by white people, thinking if I go over here, I'm not like them and my cousins. I'm different. I can see deeper than them. And they like proximity to whiteness. That makes them feel different, special. I'm not like them.
mm-hmm.
I'm over here. I'm more evolved than you. You know, on social media, you see people, you need to do your research, stay woke, or you're just going on the Democratic plantation. You're a slave. People like to feel different. It's almost like, remember in high school, there was a popular, like the pretty girl, the head cheerleader, and the captain of the football team. Everyone else liked them. So because everyone else likes them, I'm going to go ahead and go against the grain. That's number one for me. Number two, I really feel like there was a huge mistake made, maybe by the media, whoever, the messaging. All we heard in the last election was black women saved democracy. Black women, black women, black women. Now we did. But it wasn't alone, because if you look at the voting percentages, it was like black women voted like 97%, and black men were right behind us, like at 94. It was like a few percentage points away. So I really
Mm,
feel like if I was a black man
mm-hmm.
and I did my part and I marched and I raised money and all I heard was about was black women, there's gonna be some resentment, like
Mm-hmm.
last time my effort didn't count, so fuck y'all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I do think there's a little bit of that happening. And I think that was a huge mistake, or it was on purpose by the media to divide us, because it has worked.
Yeah.
Let me say one more thing. I keep reading in the comments, people keep saying stimulus, stimulus, Trump and the stimulus.
He
Let
did
me
not
tell you
give
something
you a
about
stimulus check, people, please.
let me tell you something about this fucking stimulus, guys. Whatever you thought this man gave
Yeah.
you when we were in COVID, you're paying it back right now. Do you see that? That's why groceries are 5 times more expensive than they were. That's why gas is so fucking high. That's why the housing market has gone up dramatically.
Yeah.
You're paying it back. So don't think you got some free fucking money or this man did you a favor, because he did not. Like, are y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know how many times I saw stimulus on here? Stimulus. He gave a stimulus. He gave stimulus.
He,
You you got to pay that money
no.
back. I hope you know that.
So
Mm-hmm.
Congress voted for the stimulus and Trump didn't want it. Okay, let's be very real.
Let,
But
let's
then
be clear.
yes, when Congress said we're voting for it and pushed it through, Trump held up the checks going out another week or so they could reprint or print them up with his name on them. So dumb people
would
Mouth
think he
breathers,
gave
people
it out.
that breathe through their mouth like this, huh, huh, will think that because his name is on the check that he actually gave you money. Trump does not pay any of his bills. He has sent so many small businesses and contractors into bankruptcy because he'll hire people to do work. He hires illegal immigrants, undocumented workers, as he's all against them. It's very much documented. And people are it worked. It made the poorly educated and the people that are just not on top of this shit think Trump gave me money. Now, when Biden got in office, there was another round of stimulus checks that went out. That was $1,400. That was more. And the
Yeah.
deciding votes was Senator Warnock and Ossoff in Georgia that were newly elected to the Senate. But Biden doesn't brag and say, "I gave you money," because he knows how the government works.
You
And
know, I've
that money
never
was
got the
nothing
one check. I've never got one fucking,
because
not
you made too
one.
much. Oh, and you won't. It's only for some people. So while he gave poor people, poorer,
Yeah.
like less wealthy folk, 1,200. He didn't give while they were given $1,200. That distraction over here is over here taking your attention about away from the $1 trillion in tax cuts to the rich. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, Charles. I know you want to jump in on that.
No, no, you guys have really y'all covered mostly everything. Only thing I'm going to add to it is because I think it's even simpler than what you guys are even thinking. Because especially, let me just tell y'all, like when I talk to my friends on the phone, like, yeah, you're right. There's a lot more black men than you think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Are either thinking about the Trump vote or at least voicing like a concern, right? Like, well, what have they done for me? And I think the Republicans have done a good job of doing that divide and conquer. Like, yeah, what
Mhm.
have they done for you? And to be honest with you, because we have to be honest, like they're able to do that because there's got to be a semblance of some kind of truth there. Like, we know that it gets worse, right? Us when we're thinking logically, but the Democratic Party, you know, the messaging is working on their side because when you really look, it's like they have said there's been a lot of like promises not kept for a couple generations, right? Now, have they not done some things here and there? Yes, absolutely. But I always think like, because me, I love like the messaging thing, like, and they always say in advertising, like, all you need is just a nugget a tad nugget of the truth and that's really all it means, especially when we're in a low information environment. We in a low, you right, Mimi. Look, we in a low information environment, and the Republican Party knows that. And not only do they know that, they love it
They
because
love
they
it.
now it doesn't take much messaging now. It's very. I mean, I think this started with George W. Bush. I used to tell a friend like, "Yo, this dude, like." They think he's stupid, but he's not. He's just simplifying everything because he knows that's the only way
The,
he's met.
the public can understand.
Remember, we went to Iraq War because he made a nice sentence. Hey, we fight him over there, so we have to fight him over here. And people are like, fuck
Yes.
right, you're
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
America.
That didn't make, first of all, didn't make no sense for real, if you're really looking at what the issues. But you're seeing the same thing with Trump. Now I'll get back to black dudes. I think you're right though, Mimi. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I think this goes with even the Hillary Clinton year. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
I don't think a dude likes a woman telling him what to do.
Here,
It reminds
period.
them of their mother, their baby mama, their teachers, the
That's
prostitutes. It
right.
reminds them of being bossed
Period.
around.
I'm already
That woman
knowing.
reminds them about every woman they give them no pussy or gave them a hard time. They met at the club. She didn't want to give them the phone. I don't care. All the way up to the teacher you hated. That
That
gave you a hard
part.
time.
That
And
part.
I don't think that's going away. It's going to take like people just going out and them just motivating folks that are like got some sense to go vote. Because I don't think you change that type of attitude. It's just going to kind of like dissipate over time. But
Let's talk
it's
about
almost like having a
women.
black president. Like now we're used to it, right? It's like we just got to get her in there. And I think this goes away over time. Like it's
A
not taboo.
woman and she black or of color.
It's
And you know what's
Let's
tough.
so
also
sad? The fact that they would rather go vote against this woman because black woman, woman of color, black in it, whatever you want to say, right? Over